Hello and welcome to the Digital Office at Home podcast. How are you today? Hi, everybody. Hi, Gail.
Good morning, Marian. Are we still in morning? In
Oh,
morning. Well, I'm not in morning, but it is morning.
you know, I have to start with this. Gail has a book called The $1,000,000 Personality, and she always says it's not about me. And I think to myself, but you do have $1,000,000 personality. I love your personality. You're awesome.
I appreciate you, Miss Marian. So I had one person tell me last year we had a 50, it wasn't 50, probably 2 years ago now, but 50th anniversary of my high school, right? And this gorgeous hunk of a guy arrived at our school. His name was Fortunato. He was from Italy. Spoke no English, right? Very little. And his nickname was Lucky, right? And he was a soccer player. I mean, so all the girls loved him. He was very handsome.
Oh,
Probably the most handsome. It was like, ooh, oh, I mean, all the girls loved him. But we had a very small group of close friends, and he was actually at this picnic. He literally tells me, and he still has a cute little accent, but he's perfect English. He speaks both languages now. But he says, Gail, you were the only one I never wanted to date. And I'm like, great, thanks, right? He goes, you talk so fast and so much.
oh, oh,
So embarrassing.
oh.
It was so funny though, because my home life was so bad that when I got out with humans, I was like crazy happy and so full of joy to be out of my house that were my teachers had me in the front of the class because I was so disruptive, because I made people laugh, but I made them laugh too. But they put me in the front of the room, like right in front of them. They could keep an eye on me and control me because I was so excitable. And it was just so funny that he said that. I was like, oh, you know what? I get it. Like, I get it. I don't mind. I wasn't hurt. I wasn't offended. I was like, oh my liver.
Really?
Like, I can't
At
believe
first, I'd be like, what?
I know, I was at first because all my friends are there and all my the girls, and I'm like, oh, thanks, what, well,
That's a lot.
but his reasoning made sense, but it was just so funny. I mean, you
Yes,
just made me think of it, that's all. But
that's great. I love it.
anyway, crazy little story.
Well, I love stories, and actually, I have a book that you can download about stories that sell to help your business
Yeah.
grow. If you go to marianlasalle.com, I believe that's where it is. You can download the book. Our whole mastermind wrote a book about how stories help you sell your business. So
Yeah.
feel free to go to, I think, any of our websites. We have a version that we all wrote. I think it's cool.
Yeah, that was a great task or a project. That was really cute. We should do that again.
Yeah. So if you're interested in joining a mastermind that does cool projects like that, you can go to digitalofficeathome.com and check us out because we're fun, we're exciting,
We're very cool.
we're cool, we do projects. There's lots of stuff going on. And
Learning all
it's such
the
a
time.
wide variety of people,
Yes.
from coaches to, $1,000,000 personalities, people. We call Gail in the mastermind, we call her the idea factory lady. So she always has great ideas when someone comes up with either an idea or a thought about a new
Yeah.
business or how to promote their business. Gail is always right there to give them great ideas. So thank you,
I
Gail.
love that part of my life. I'm always thinking, it's always like, what do you think about? And then like, I love it, because people get stuck with so much information coming in that it's very hard for them to find their creative side again. And then they don't know, they just don't know where to go. And yeah, it's kind
Right,
of,
right.
we're always thinking.
We are always thinking, and we're always experiencing joy in sharing what's good in the world. So we were talking this morning a little bit about that, about how we stay happy in our little bubble by helping other people, sharing the good stuff, thinking of ways that we can help and refer business to people, or to share a good business owner with a friend. Just last week, I was telling Gail this morning, I referred a hairdresser, a lawn care landscaping guy, a handyman, and what was the other one? Oh, the cleaning person, okay? Not only do they clean the house, but her husband also does home repairs. Not quite like a handyman, but more like, if you have a rental property or something like that, they'll come in and make it look good or fix the plumbing or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I love that kind of stuff. And Gail loves that kind of stuff. Who in the last couple weeks have you referred?
Oh, my liver.
Uh-huh.
I am always referring people. I think a dentist. I think I was a dentist. Yeah, somebody needed it, and I said, my dentist, he's like a high tech guy. He does videos, on YouTube. He's like amazing, if you have a real problem. And
Oh.
yeah, so I would say my own dentist, he's cool.
Yeah, people refer doctors, lawyers, accountants.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things that helped me build my business, for those of you who don't know, my business is building websites, and I am called the Buy Your Side Guide. So I can either help you learn how to build your own, or we can build it for you, or somewhere in between. Buy Your Side Guide means I can help you with the parts that are not, that don't come naturally to you. Let's put it that way. Technology is a stumbling block for a lot of people. So me and my team, which she usually sits over there, she does all the technical stuff, and I do the design and the color and whatnot. And one day, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said, why don't you get your networking group started up again? Because COVID kind of, put a squash on it, because we were meeting in person. And we moved into the national forest, and then COVID came, and it just like 4 years went by. Wow. 3 or 4 years just, zip by. And so I thought, yeah, it's time to start that up again. And so Gail and I were talking about how, it's time, right, Gail? What was it you said this morning?
I don't remember, but it was really good.
She said, it's
Well,
time to start networking again.
yeah, we need humans. I mean, we really love the energy. You can feel it through the screen. Yes, we have a great, like you said, full of joy, and we just love each other. But if we our organization, we also are a part of a big organization, much bigger. And when they meet once a year, the feeling, being able to hug that person that you've seen on screen, all year, or on a phone call or something, what a feeling. I've never been able to go because whatever reason, I've got an elderly mom and stuff, but that feeling that you get when you meet somebody that's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm seeing you in person, I just
And
love it.
modern technology will allow you to do all but the hugging
All
part,
of it. Yep. Yeah.
except for the hugging part.
Except for the
Virtual
hugging
hugs,
part.
right?
But it's important because, so we have variety because we have it all. We can meet in person, and then, you can also have networking online. So
Yeah.
you thought of everything, Marian. You're good.
You know, I'll be a little selfish here and tell you that I only do what I want to do when I want to do it. I'm no longer a corporate gal. I'm no
Yeah,
longer
yeah,
somebody's, you know what?
yeah.
I do
You
what
know
I
what?
want when
Yeah,
I want.
yeah.
And I love people. And I've heard you say the same thing, Gail, many times. I just love people. And I'm very curious. So what is it you're doing? Is it
Yeah,
working for
yeah,
you? What are your dreams? I'm going to give you a quick example, and then I promise you we're getting to the whole meat of this conversation today. So I used to run believe it or not, a quantum physics study group. This was before it became popular. And what we would learn is how energy works, and how our mind can be thinking thoughts and create our reality. So one of the things that was brought to our attention is this poor young lady was working at Whole Foods in the checkout line, And she would say, how are you today? Or something like that to the people that would come up, and they always complained. They were complaining it's raining outside, it's too hot outside, their mother's sick again, or whatever, okay? They had always had complaints, and she said, I'm getting to the point where I don't like my job anymore. So we did an experiment. We said, now, from now on, for the next week, every single person that comes up, instead of asking them that kind of a question, let's switch it around and say, what has happened to you this week that you could talk about, or that's good in your life? What's good in your life today? We had it down. I can't remember the exact words.
Yeah.
But it was very positive. And she said it changed her whole world. She loved her job again. Everybody was happy.
Yeah,
And I
that's
thought,
fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic.
mm-hmm.
Well, it is when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And you do have to watch what you say, because thoughts are things. We hear that through The Secret and, all those, books, motivational books. But, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So, sometimes you go through life and, you're reading books, but they're not connecting. You're not transforming. That's the big thing. If your life is not transforming, you can let your groove become your grave, but what you want is the transformation to rise above and, let your light shine, right? Let people you're going to become a magnet. Like I am a magnet, trust me. My husband walks with me and he's my biggest fan, really. He really is. Sometimes it's too much, but he notices all the time, and he's like, he says, you changed that person, you changed their life. I'm like, I don't know how to change their life, but I mean, I love people like you. And when he's in a bad mood and he's angry at somebody or the human race, he'll say, you're a people lover. I'm like, I am. That really annoys him. So I
Hilarious.
do love humans because I love their miracles. To me, when you have trouble with a person, anybody in your life, I always used to tell him, he was in a factory, like a bird cage, he just hated it. But I said, look at those people that are bothering you as if they're infants walking, because we come in as infants. What happens to us in life, we sometimes can't help, but we all start out the same. And he says he was at work one day and he has this big guy, big muscles, and he's really annoying. But he said he pictured him in a diaper. And he said he started laughing, but he said it lightened his heart, because he knew that individual was once a new baby and didn't control like what happened in life. Life happens and you get miserable and you get jaded and you get angry and you hate humans. But anyway, it's when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, and we have to practice that all the time.
It's so interesting you saying this. I just experienced jury duty. I was on the grand jury here in my county, and they were handing out these mugs. And this one is interesting. It says, "I survived jury duty." And I thought to myself, it's not jury duty that was, the problem. It was the people on the jury. They were like,
Yeah.
on their phone,
Yep.
nobody was talking. It was like, gosh, let's lighten it up a little bit. Wow.
Were you able to change their spirits or their attitudes, or did you try?
I didn't try. Just thought,
Girl.
okay,
Good girl.
I just stayed to myself today,
Well, it's scary at a jury because you're like, don't talk about this, don't talk about that,
Yeah, I swear I don't know that. Yeah. I won't. All right, well, I want to get to the meat of what we're going to be talking about today, because I think this is really important for a lot of people. Talk
Sure.
about changing lives. This strategy that we're about to express changed my life for the better. I no longer had to go back to corporate America for my income. I was able to create my own business using referral, building my business, the referrals. Okay. So you might say, well, who's going to refer me? Well, if you don't get out and talk to people, or at least, do something online, no one's going to know about you, right? You have to do something in order for somebody to refer you. So we're here to help. And one of the things that we're going to do is share our screen. And I'm going to show you a new website. Actually, it's not even launched yet. So I want you to know you're the first to see this. How about that? The press release hasn't been sent out yet. You know, we're just getting everything all set up and ready to go for September 1st. All right, so I'm getting ready to hit that button that says share my screen. And Gail, will you tell me, did the screen show up?
Yep, beautiful.
Okay, all right. So it's called Referral Business Builders, and you can go to referralbusinessbuilders.com. And you'll see that we have 4 tabs that you can choose: Home, About Us, Chapters, and Contact Us. So if you would like, if you have a business or you have an idea for a business, this is a great opportunity for a very nonchalant, that's not the right word, a very easygoing, non-judgmental way to start meeting people that also have a business, and you can refer each other business. Now, if you've been in business for many years like I have, that's, you know, the same as somebody coming out and just starting a brand new business. So I like to refer people I know, like, and trust. So as you come to these meetings, you're going to start to meet people that you really like, and you can refer them. So you can read all this at your leisure. But there's 2 things. We have an in-person, some of the chapters have in-person, and we all have a national networking, and some of the chapters just meet online. So you get to choose which chapter you want to join. And if you want to go to the national networking, then it's great. Now, who would that be for? Anybody that has a business that you can create or deliver your product online would be a good national networking candidate. So I'll give you an example. I'm a perfect candidate for national because I can build a website anywhere. Gail, what will you be promoting in the national networking?
Probably my speaking. I like crowds. I like to speak in front of crowds.
Fantastic. So a speaker,
I mean, I'm a coach, but I'm choosing not necessarily to be a one-on-one. I mean, that automatically happens usually every day, but I would prefer to reach the masses. And the, you know, the world we're in, we can actually do that at one
you can
time.
do that. Yeah. So are you a personal coach or a business coach?
Both.
Okay.
I'm a headhunter by trade. I've run, you know, director of many companies, and I've recruited many people for jobs. So I do everything but hot sauce. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I
And
don't like hot sauce, so I'm glad you don't do that. This is just a little bit about why you would choose it. It's a very supportive community. It's very affordable, and we'll talk a little bit more about how affordable it is, because we looked up a couple of networking groups online, and it's pretty expensive. So we don't want that to be a part of why you choose RBB, but I think it's going to be a perk to say that we are a lot less expensive, right, Gail?
Yep, please. There's no comparison. You're talking about a cup of coffee or a condo, you know, I mean.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Price of, you know.
And we don't want it to be boring, so we can make business networking fun and profitable at the same time. And here's where you would sign up for the weekly newsletter to keep up to date on the different chapters and the different news and some interesting information about networking. So you do have 2 great options when you can choose a chapter near you, and they may have some personal one-on-one areas. Like I'm going to have one once a month in person at a Mexican restaurant near my house. They have a private room, and so we're going to meet in person. But if you don't want to meet in person, or you can't meet in person, like you can just be dressed from the waist up and come to the
We won't judge.
right. So we're going to have both the national and the local online as well. So
Yeah,
be
that's
sure and
fantastic.
subscribe. All right. All right. So let's go back up here to the chapters, and then you can read at your convenience about us. So the chapters right now are Polk County, which is the one that I am running. And then, whoops, I'm sorry, it's going a little bit slow. So you could have the national networking meeting, and you can also join my personal Polk County, Texas chapter, or the Guilford County, North Carolina chapter. Huntsville's coming soon, and Rockport is coming in September. I believe we did decide on a date, and that would be the second Thursday of every month
Right?
at 3 o'clock Eastern time. No, 4 o'clock, right?
4 o'clock, 4
4
o'clock. Yeah.
o'clock Eastern time. So that will be changed today because we now have a time.
Yeah, we
All
set
right, so we have other chapters that are coming along, but they're not quite up ready. This, like I said, this is brand new, and we're launching a new opportunity for you to share your business with other people and
Yeah.
to refer businesses to your friends, families, and neighbors. Honestly, my neighbor called me on the phone. She still has a landline. And she said, Marian, can I come over? I need to pick your brain about a few things. And I said, sure, come on over. So she came over and she said, I have a friend whose stove just stopped working and she needs a referral. Look, I'm already doing it and it hasn't even started yet. I forgot about this one. She
Yeah.
says, I need a referral and I know you had your stove top worked on. So sure enough, I recommended the appliance repairman that came out and did my stove. Now, I have the kind of stove that sits inside the middle section. What is that called? An island. And
Oh,
they don't make them anymore. So they had to
oh,
hunt for a part. And it,
oh,
it was either that or buy a brand new one, but I couldn't buy a brand new one because the venting is under the house.
oh,
The way
wow.
they built this house, so I couldn't buy a new one because they don't have a vent system. I'd have to build a pipe that would go up into my ceiling and have some construction work done. And I said,
Wow.
no. You
Oh,
find the
wow.
part and fix this one, okay?
That's fantastic. Would
Isn't
that
that
have been like
amazing?
a fortune? Yeah, yikes.
Right? So it did cost me a little extra because they had to buy this part that, they don't make anymore and all this stuff, but that's okay. They did a great job and I was happy to refer them to my neighbor's friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep. And then she asked me about something else too, and I can't remember now what it was. But then, it was a friendly neighborhood referral and I was able to help her. So I loved it. And it just proves to me that this system's going to work for you too.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you
I
have
agree.
anything, Gail, that you would like to ask me or to express to anybody who's watching this about networking or about this
Well,
opportunity?
I don't have any questions. Well, I kind of had one, but well, let me ask this. Are you open? Are you opposed or open to all the MLM stuff? The uh not affiliate, but the vitamin people, where it's a big company and then each individual has their own thing. I don't know how I'm saying how I'm saying it, but
Yeah.
MLM anyway.
Yeah, multi-level marketing, yeah. Well, I do have 3 rules
Okay.
that
I know.
everyone has to abide by, and I will answer your question after I explain it. So my 3 rules for all the chapters and all the leaders and all the members is no talk of religion, no talk of politics, and you have to be nice. So
Okay.
I think that pretty much covers it. So if they are part of an MLM or they're part of an affiliate program or something like that, where it's not their product, if it's a franchise or anything, I think that is just fine. And
Yeah,
then
because they're
people,
still building. They're trying to build a business. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Great, great. Okay.
yeah. And unless you're trying to push products and services on people, and if you do, people won't refer you. Okay, we're
Well,
not.
we'll address that too. I mean, as a group, we'll just say, we don't do that. You can educate us. Everybody has an educational moment and things like that. We're going to have it all planned out like the professionals. And we've been doing this for years, so we know what we're doing. And, we're here to help people. And that's another way of help people, how to address your product, how to sell it. I mean, we're in sales. I mean, we were like born in sales. We're not necessarily selling. You have to sell yourself first.
There
You have
you
to
go.
prove that you are here to serve people, not just to, be here to make money, but how can I help? That's the big thing with networking, is mostly coming in with a servant attitude, a go-giver spirit, So,
Oh, that reminds me, there was a book that you recommended. I think that's the name of it, right? Go
yes,
Giver?
yeah.
All right, so I do need to buy that. Can you get a digital copy or do I have to buy a physical copy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna order that book, however,
It
I
is
need to get it.
really fun. And they actually, the owner, the authors, they have a website and everything. So I think they have other books, but yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
they become pretty big over the years because it's such a great foundational mindset. It's a mindset of serving, just serving.
yes, 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 thank you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our talk today. We kind of went over a lot, but mostly it's about getting to know us and to love us, And
Mhm.
we want to do the same for you. We want to get to know you and love you as well and refer you. So please feel free to reach out. We, of course, have that mastermind we were telling you about, and Gail and I both belong to this larger organization that we're an affiliate for. And you know what? The last person who joined my team, okay, I'm not an MLM, I don't do any MLMs, this is an affiliate program, but I'm a sponsor for this person. You know what she said? The reason I said yes and clicked that button to join you is because you told me about the Feed the Starving Children. So
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
just end with that. Okay,
yeah, that's
you can
great.
say whatever you want about it. I love
Yeah, I love
feeding
that.
starving children. So every sale that we make, Gail or I or anybody in the company, even the owners, any sale that comes through that company, a portion of it goes to feed my starving children. And when they have their yearly conference, they go to a city that has a packing plant that stuffs the food. Okay, I don't really know how it all works exactly. I've been there, but I'm not sure how they get this food to all the
It's
starving
a
children.
big production.
It
It's a
is.
big production. It costs a lot of money. And I've done it for years in my own church. And then I did it for another company years ago in Phoenix. And then, I mean, to know that when I signed up and I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I
It
know
really
about
is.
this organization and what they do, and I'm in,
It's beautiful. I know. I'm all in. I've said
Yeah.
that from the very beginning. So very, very community minded, very, very loving,
Others
giving,
are fabulous.
generous. Yeah. All right, so that's it for this week. We're here every week, and sometimes we have a guest, and sometimes we're here by ourselves, just
Yeah,
having a good
contact us
time.
to be our guests. I mean, we would love to showcase your business.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thanks,
Another
Gail.
idea.
Another idea. Thank you, Gail, for that fantastic idea. All right, so we'll take off for now. See ya next week.
Thank you. Bye.